Archius. So just to give an overview of Archius, we are a SAP Business Analytics advisory and consulting company. So we have a lot of focus in developing extensions for SAP Design Studio, which will be soon called SAP Lumira Designer. So we have been working with developing extensions for Design Studio for the last 3 years. So we were one of the first partners to develop an extension for Design Studio. We developed a visualization extension, ChartsPlus. It is available on the SAP App Center. So you can check it out on the SAP App Center, and you can check out the great reviews which we have, which will kind of give you an idea on the experience we have developing extensions for Design Studio. Today we'll be talking about GeospatialPLUS, which is a new extension which we are making available for our customers. So we've been working jointly with CMAPS Analytics and developing this. So we'll be utilizing the CMAPS API, which the JavaScript API, which Ryan talked about. So from a customer standpoint, all of this will be seamless. So this will be part of Design Studio or Lumira Designer. You don't have to go outside of Lumira Designer to create this, create the map based on GeospatialPLUS. So it is tightly integrated into Lumira Designer. So once you install it, it will be you'll have that component available as a standard component list. And then we have a property sheet here where we have more than 100 properties which you can use to create custom maps. So we'll look at some of the key features. So if you look at Lumira Designer or Design Studio, it already has a standard map component available, but we have much more features compared to the standard Design Studio map. One of the key features is we do provide a geocoding capability. So if you have a address information, you don't have to create a latitude and longitude in the data set. We'll be able to do geocoding on the fly. So in addition to that, we also have the ability to support standard regions out of the box. So states, zip code, US metros, all that will be available out of the box. You don't have to bring in a shapefile or GeoJSON file to do mapping for these different standard regions. And of course, it is tightly integrated within the designer and the tool itself, so it can communicate directly with the other components available in your application. So if you want to pass parameters between other applications, it will support that. And also, we have support for multiple data sources in one single component. So if you want to display multiple layers and each layer should be coming from a different data source, we have support for multiple sources also. So what I'll do is I'll jump into a quick demo here. So this is the Design Studio UI. If you're familiar with Design Studio. So once to install the add-on, it's a pretty straightforward process. When you can just click on choose installation source from here, and it will take you like a couple of minutes to, or even less than that, to install the add-on. So once you have installed it, it will be available here under the standard list of components. You can just drag and drop the add-on to the canvas. So once you've added the add-on to the canvas, you can use this property sheet and the additional properties sheet section here to start designing the add-on. So the first step would be to assign a data source. So we already have a data source here. So we have we have some address information available here. So we have this, we have address, city, and state. So we'll look at this example here. I would take this data source as an example. The first step will be to create a data set for this add-on. So I'll use this DS1, which is a data source which is already defined in Design Studio, and then I'll do a data selection. So we have multiple measures, and I'll select the sales revenue measure here. So once we have the sales revenue measure, the next step would be to go in and configure the layer. So in this case, let's look at configuring a layer with the marker information, or the, like a point layer. So I click on layers. So here, when I click on add a new layer, so these are all the different options available for me now. In this case, I'll select the points, or if you like to do a shape or cluster drill or bubble, all those different options are also available. So now we have created a layer. So next step would be to configure this layer. So first step would be to select the data source. So if you have multiple data sources, you can select which data set you want. So in this case, we'll go with data set 1. And then for value field, this is the sales revenue, which is the measure which we had selected. And so the next step would be to select the geocoding field. So we have multiple fields which will form the address, right, the full address. So we'll select address, and then next we'll map the city. And then for state, I'll select the state here. So now we have configured the map, and the next step would be I just want to enable auto zoom. So when we execute this, in the whole the world map won't be shown. It will be this showing the relevant area within the map. So also if we can go in here and change the map style. So if you want to have like a different style for the map based on the UI the UI schema you're using, so you can change that also from there. So I can just go ahead and execute it. So now it is rendering the DesignStudio application. At this point, it is doing geocoding, and then you have the map rendered here. So you can click on this, and then you'll be able to see the balloon information. So what's the value? So we can configure this location here to show the text for this particular location, or you can even customize this layer here with some HTML markup. If you want to bring in like multiple values in here, that's also possible. So like I said, there are several events, and then there are so we can configure multiple data sources here, and then if you want to use multiple we can also have a different drill event. So if you want to write custom code in here to drill down on this map, you can make it highly interactive. So we'll look at some of the other examples. So I have this regional level drill down. So this is a application which I've already created. So here we can look at how we will be able to drill down on this. So we have different regions. So now when I click on this region, I'm just going to drill down to the states within that region, and then I can click on Kansas, and then it's going to go down to the different cities within Kansas. So this particular example, we don't even have to write any code. This all can be done using the configuration within here. So if you look here, so we have 3 different regions or 3 different layers configured. So we have 2 shape layers. So for the first region, which one is this one here, and then we have the state, which would be the going down to the state level, and then we have the points here. And then we also have 3 different data sets configured. So we can have up to 10 different data sets, and we can have any number of layers also configured in here. So we have all these other additional options. We can have a density heat map. We have the cluster drill point, so it automatically does the clustering of the data source. And so in this case, I can click on that, and then it will go down to the street level. So if I click on this, and if I want to get all the street level view, clicking on this will take me to the street level view here. So all the standard features available in Google Maps or available in CMaps API, we have all that available within our DesignStudio configuration window here. So you can go through in here, and then all these options are customizable. So we can decide on which option should be configured within the map. And like I said, it's tightly integrated with the standard DesignStudio components. So if you want to include standard SAP delivered charts within your application, and if you want to pass parameters between, so when you click on this here, if you want to pass parameter to a SAP chart or a cross tab, that's definitely possible. And then we also have the ability to do lasso selection within the map also. Yeah, so Ryan, that's pretty much from a demo standpoint. If anyone has any questions, and we can answer that at this point or later.
Yeah, what we'll do is we'll hold off Q&A toward the end. I didn't see any immediate questions come through. I was kind of monitoring that. But yeah, if any questions come through, we'll definitely address those. This is absolutely incredible. That was actually the first time that I've seen the demo kind of end to end. So this has been something that that we've been looking at for quite some time. Obviously, CMAPS Analytics, as I mentioned in our opening, has a long history, and we have quite a few customers who have run our CMAPS Analytics capabilities for other SAP technologies like dashboards or web intelligence, and I think, you know, understanding and knowing what customers want to do with mapping when it comes to the SAP Business Object Stack, I think that this is going to be an incredible offering for our existing customers, for new customers, and definitely with SAP pushing forward in Lumira 2.0 land, I think that customers now have a great option to be able to create pretty powerful maps experiences without a whole lot of headache. Deepu, I did have one question. Does the map support scripting? So can you use any custom scripting with this map?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, if you want to add interactivity or customize interactivity, we can definitely do that. For example, if you want to do something like for a layer visibility, right? Or if you want to drill down, yeah, you can definitely add a scripting to this. So for instance, we are going, I mean, so this is an example here where we are hiding one layer based on the selection you make in the radio button here. Or if you want to drill down into, so when I click on this, I want to have some script which would pass that value to the standard DesignStudio component, that's also possible.
The other question that came through was, is this generally available, or how does the customer get access to this?
So yeah, we are planning an official launch date of next week. Yeah, it will be generally available next week. So if you would like to get it, I mean, there will be a trial version available. You can definitely request it through our website or through the CMAPS website. However you want to do it, yeah, it will be generally available next week.
Excellent. So yeah, thank you again, Deepu. I know me personally, we've been keeping this tight to the chest as customers have been validating and working with it. So it's great that we can finally share with our customers and share with the world all the great work that the Archius team has done. So yeah, GeospatialPLUS. We now have a brand new entry and solution for Lumira 2.0 and DesignStudio. So we're really excited, and certainly we're going to be pushing really hard that solution with our existing customers. So yeah, hopefully, and I think, Deepu, there's another webinar coming up just specifically around Charts Plus and GeospatialPLUS.
Yeah, so we're going to have another webinar towards the end of this month. We'll be sending the invite out soon. So yeah, we definitely have not covered all the functionalities in this demo because of time constraint. We're just going to get an overview, but we'll be going through some detailed demo scenarios and functionality in the next webinar.